What up guys, Planask here, and today I got the review of the Nabu X. Now, I've had this for about a month, so I can actually give you a pretty detailed review of the Nabu X. I know some people made a review like a week later, or like 2 days after they got their Nabu X, but how can you make a review if you only had the product for a week or so? So I've had this since wave 1 of the Nabu X, and I've finally got around to writing my review, and waiting for Razer to update their firmware so I can give them a chance before I make my sort of final verdict on the Nabu X. So, without further ado, let's get started. First off, let's start off with the design. The Nabu X is actually just a dongle attached to the wrist strap, so you can just take off the dongle out of the strap, as you can see, and just place it in another strap when they make more. The dongle has a plastic casing and has 3 LEDs on the top, as you can see here. And on the bottom of the dongle, you can see there is a port, which is where you plug in the cable that's included to charge the device. The band is made out of a rubber-like material, and the clasp is made out of a sturdy metal that sports the Razer logo on it. I can see this band lasting for a very long time, and you should just be able to replace it if anything happens. The band is also adjustable, so this will fit on any size wrist, unlike the other Nabu, which has 2 different sizes. The Nabu X is also still discreet in design and has a low profile when you wear it. That pretty much sums up the design of the Nabu X, so let's move on to the basic functions. While wearing the Nabu X, you can double tap the band to reveal your battery life or your goal status, and that is pretty much all you can do physically with the Nabu X. There's no button for you to interact with, and that's pretty much it. When you get a notification, it just simply vibrates and the LEDs flash, letting you know what type of notification it is. The notification will go away after a short period of time, or just shake your wrist. Now moving on into the important parts of this review, which is the software and what you can do with it. First things first, the Nabu X utility app was much more solid and fluid compared to the Nabu utility app at launch. Everything worked and synced right off the bat, so props to Razer for that. To sync the device with your phone, just simply open the app and make sure your Bluetooth is on. The Nabu will blink blue LEDs while trying to pair, and will flash a blue-green-blue pattern LED when it is paired. Now in this app, much of the content is the same as in the other Nabu utility app, but my primary focus is in the notification section, where you can only customize the color of the LEDs that flash depending if you get a call, text, or etc. However, you're only limited to 3 options, which are green, blue, and red. This is actually one of the biggest flaws that I have with the software and the Nabu X in general. When Razer announced the Nabu X, I thought that you could change the colors as a pattern, like red, green, red, or red, blue, green, for example, so I can tell which app sent me a notification or who sent me a text. But clearly that is not the case. If you choose green as your color for app notifications, then you'll be notified about every notification in the color green. For some reason, you can't mix and match colors. They only let you use one solid color. This makes it so that I have no idea what my notification's about. I'll just see a green LED, and I have to pull up my phone to see what the notification is or who the text is from. Razer, if you're gonna advertise that the LEDs are customizable, at least make it seem like they are. That is simply the biggest flaw that I have right now about the Nabu X, and it seems like a simple problem that could be fixed. So if you're watching Razer, take this into consideration and make it happen. A unique feature that the Nabu X has is an alarm, which basically just vibrates around 20 or so times on your wrist to wake you up, and you can also set the alarm on repeat on certain days, which makes it convenient. Sleep tracking is also available for the Nabu X, but I'm not quite sure how accurate this is. Since there's no screen, you have no indication that sleep tracking's on. So even if you turn on the automatic sleep tracking function, you can't really tell if sleep tracking's on or not. The only way to be sure is to turn it on manually through the app. And like the other Nabu, the Nabu X can also track your walking distance steps as well. You also have the option to turn on the high five and pulse options to interact with other Nabu users. Now moving on to the fitness app, it actually has been improved since I last visited it. The app got a facelift, and you can view stats for both the Nabu and the Nabu X at the same time. Now at first I didn't know what some of the LEDs meant for the Nabu X, but there's now actually a post on Razer Insider which explains what all the LEDs mean, which is great. Moving on, let's talk about the battery life. Since this device has less of a demand for power, there's no screen, its battery life is much better as well. I've got up to at least 8 days of battery life on a single charge, which is great. So I can keep it on all week and only need to charge it once a week for about an hour. Now, the conclusion. The Nabu X is great if you're looking for a simple device that can notify your notifications right to your wrist. The design and finish to the device is also great as well. I am also impressed with the battery life, and to top it off, the Nabu X is actually waterproof up to 1 meter. However, the customization factor of this device is very limited as of right now. All I really want is to be able to make color patterns. Like, is that so hard? Just color patterns for my notifications, red, green, blue, or whatever. Is that so hard? A product with customizable LEDs, if you're gonna advertise it with customizable LEDs, it should have more than just 3 options to customize your LEDs. But right now, I think we should actually address the elephant in the room, which is the Nabu X can't even tell the time. I know there are some developers out there working on a way to solve this problem, but as of right now, I can't even tell the time unless I pull my phone out. And at the retail price of $50, it can't even tell time, and that's quite disappointing. But all in all, the Nabu X is a simple device to get your notifications to your wrist for a reasonable price. Thank you guys for watching my review of the Razer Nabu X. Now, if you have any questions that I did not answer in this video, please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. Or if you're watching this on Razer Insider, leave it underneath the post. My email is underneath, which is just plainask@gmail.com. So if you have any questions, just hit me up there. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.